Hey gang, it's Paul, and today I am reviewing Vanquest Falconer 30, and we're going to go through some of the features and see if maybe this is the right backpack for you. The basic setup of a Falconer 30 is you have two large main compartments, this one right here and this one right here, and then you have two front pockets here and here. Additionally speaking, you have a dual access stash pocket on the front and a CCW pocket. We'll talk about that in a second. As of right now, it comes only in Coyote Tan. You know, most of my Vanquest products I do in gray, and so I got the Coyote Tan. Just try it out, and you know what? I really like it. So this is the only color available, so grab it before it sells out. So going through the features, on the front we have a hook and loop field here where you can put patches. I just put my name on here. I typically put my name patch on my bags that have these patches, plus a little bit of shock cord. You can probably store something. And on the front here, you have a dual access stash pocket. So there's high-vis on the inside. See that high-vis orange? And it just passed through one way or the other. Now, I think there's a reason why there's dual access here. We'll get to that in a second, but it's nice that you can get to it from either side. I typically always like a stash pocket on my bags because if I have my phone or my keys, that's where it always goes. Just throw it in there really easy, so I leave my stash pockets empty. Now, the two front organizer pockets, you have these Spartan zipper pulls here. So in the top organizer compartment, you have a pocket here where I keep my headphones or my earbuds. You have elastic bands where you can keep stuff, and you also have a pocket right back here. I just happen to keep a mask for COVID stuff. And of course, you have Vanquest high-vis orange. Having an organization compartment on the top of your bag is actually really great because it's easily accessible. You put your bag down, you can get to it. Having it here where you usually have admin is great, but it's also maybe further away. You set your bag down, bam, it's right there. Speaking of setting your bag down, do you notice this bag stands on its own? I love bags that stand on their own, so when you put it down, they just don't fall flat on their face. This bottom compartment is a full clamshell, so it opens all the way up. Having a full clamshell is nice for accessibility, not only to put stuff in, but also to get to stuff, especially on the bottom, and I'll explain that more in a second. On the back panel, you have all this shock cord. It's probably good for like medical supplies. You can just shove stuff down in there. There's all this organization down this back panel. And on the other side, you have a key keeper, more elastic straps for organization, more pockets, great for organization. Me personally, I keep a power station charging cord here, a DOP kit for, you know, if I need to take out my contacts, a small first aid kit, and then my glasses. Now, accessibility is important because it's not just whether you can fit stuff, it's whether you can get to the stuff that you put in there. So you saw all the stuff I put in this. What if I want to get my DOP kit? If this only opens at the top, I have to open this, pull everything out, and reach way down the bottom to get to my DOP kit, which it's there, but it's not easily accessible, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to. But when you have a clamshell opening where the zippers go all the way down, I can actually just move these zippers over here and only get to the bottom. This way I can get to everything on the bottom of this pocket without having to go through the top and pull everything out, so it's easily accessible. So ultimately speaking, what would be the best, and I've actually talked to Vanquest about this for a while, that it doesn't matter so much on the smaller pockets, but on the larger pockets of the bag, to have a 4-zipper system. So there's zippers here, and there's zippers here. So this way, if I want to get to the bottom, I can just zip up from the bottom and grab something. Right now, what I have to do is I have to zip all the way down and get to it, and if I don't want all the other stuff to fall out, I have to pull the zipper over, which is fine for smaller pockets, but when you get to large pockets, it becomes just, you know, it's not that great. So I love that this is a full clamshell, which gives me accessibility to stuff on the bottom of this pocket, and we're going to talk more about that later because it comes up again. On the top, you have a very, very thick neoprene handle. Let me show you what that looks like. It's very thick, very grabby. I love this. This is the same handle, I think, that's on the Skycap 45, and it's really, really nice. I actually wish this handle would be on all Vanquest products because I really love it. I put this little red handle pad on it. It's not really padded, not because it needs it, it's actually just because I like the way it looks and all my bags have it. On the sides of this pack you have compression straps, one here and one here. And what this does, it allows you to cinch things down and keep things tight if you need it, but it also has a double duty. The other duty is because these other two main pockets are clamshells. If you don't want to open them up all the way, grab the wrong pull there. So if you don't want to open them up all the way, This compression strap also serves as a safety stop. So I actually had a buddy of mine who tried to open up his backpack, and it's a clamshell backpack. He opened it up and the whole thing opened and everything fell out, and he was in the airport and it was really bad. So with this compression strap, not only is it a compression strap, but it's also a safety stop for these clamshells. So when you open it up, it stops right here because it can open all the way, but this stops it from opening all the way. So let's open it all the way. You undo this, you have one on the other side the same. And here's your clamshell. So what you have in the smaller main compartment is you have several pockets closed by Velcro here, here. You have this one here. What's kind of cool about this pocket is actually a pass through the back, so you can put something like an axe or something long that can actually fit here. And then of course you have this hook and loop field where you can attach stuff like that. It's really up to you. Customization is all up to you. It's really nice to have modularity. So what's really nice is that I actually put my laptop in here. My laptop, my pads, this kind of stuff. Now while this is not made specifically for laptops, like the Addicts 25 backpack in the Urban series actually has a tech pouch, which is made specifically for laptops, which means it's padded, it's elevated off the ground so it doesn't hit the ground, and has several sections for documents and other stuff. This isn't made specifically for tech stuff, but it can be used for tech stuff, and that's what I use it for. Now the large main compartment in the back here is also a full clamshell, but don't forget, because of these compression straps here, you can rip it open and it offers a safety so that it stops and all your stuff doesn't fall out. So for me, what I do is I carry around a giant power bank. This is for, actually it's called Power Station. This is for my MacBook. I can just plug something into there. This way, no matter where I am in the field, even at a coffee shop, I always have power for my laptop. Barrel cook set, and change gym clothes, plus I have the top of the space open for all my other stuff. On the top side of this, you have this dual access big mesh pocket. It's hook and loop on each side. You get it from that way or from this way. It's one big one, plus a hook and loop field. Hook and loop field here, here, and here. Plus this is sort of PALS or MOLLE webbing compatible, so you can attach stuff there with PALS or MOLLE. And again, with hook and loop, you can choose where you want to put stuff, how you want to put stuff. Again, very modular. Now this is really where I like the full clamshell design of this backpack. It's because my power station is way here at the bottom. If I can't get to it or it's not easily accessible, again, accessibility is important, then if I need to plug my laptop in, I got to go in here, pull everything out, pull my power bank out. It just is sort of a hassle, and sometimes I just don't even use it for that reason. If it's not easily accessible, I just go home. But there's really no point in carrying something around with you if it's not accessible, so this is why this is great. Let me show you. Here's my power station. I can just unzip all the way there, zip this one back up here like this, and now that outlet is available. I don't have to take it out. Everything on the bottom is accessible. But in order to do this, I need to zip all the way down this side and then zip it back up closed here on this side to make this little gap here so I can get the stuff at the bottom. I would rather, again, this is where the 4-zipper system comes in, where you have zippers at the top, and then it also zips up from the bottom, so you can just access the bottom if you want to. It seems like a very easy fix because you just need to add another zipper. There's a couple bags I have that have a 4-zipper system. The Prophet 33 by SOG and also the Peak Design bag. They all have 4-zipper systems, and it was literally probably my most used feature. So even though this doesn't have 4 zippers, I do like that it's full clamshell, so now I can actually freaking get to my power station without having to open my bag up and take everything out. It's accessible. The bottom is accessible to me, because on some of my other bags, I'm carrying it around, but I really can't get to it, and I just don't want to go through the hassle of yanking everything out at a coffee shop and yanking the power bank out. I just want to be able to get to it. This makes it so much easier. There's one last pocket that I should mention. It's this pocket here, which is either for a water bladder, they say, or for a CCW compartment. It's right against the back panel of your backpack. And inside, there's actually a hook and loop field where you can put a CCW compatible holster. Mine is in there. It's really nice extra feature, something that you can use if you need it. Some people maybe can put a small computer or laptop and maybe a small tablet or pads or something, but it's really nice to have sort of this stealthy CCW compartment there for you. Since we're at the back of the backpack, these shoulder straps are amazing. I love them. They're very comfortable, and they have load lifters, which are absolutely a must, I think, on all backpacks to pull your weight forward so it rides better. Really great. These have quick release buckles. Now, the reason why I think these have quick release buckles is so that, because of the CCW compartment, so I think you can undo one, swing your bag around, and get to your CCW compartment. I'm assuming that's the reason why, because these have buckles because of the CCW compartment for easy accessibility. Click, swing your bag around, grab it. I think that's why. If that's why, great, great design. And right along with that, the side access is again why I think that a lot of these pockets have dual access points. Even on the inside, you know, that big long mesh pocket has dual access, is because if you do swing it around to the side this way, you can get from this side or from the other side. I think this is intentionally designed that way. On the back, you also have a little port. This port is if you have a hydration bladder, you can run that through. And with most Vanquest bags, there is a hard, rigid back panel which helps manage your load. I wish every backpack would have a back panel, a stiff back panel. So great. Additionally speaking, that there is a waist strap here. I actually took it off. I'm sorry you're not going to be able to see it, but it's hooked in with Velcro. You can remove it. It's very sturdy, like everything here, as you can imagine. I just don't happen to use it on this. But what I really love is I really love how thick this padding is. It is so nice. My Addicts I love, but it doesn't have as good padding. I actually like the padding way better on this than on my Addicts backpack. Also, if you notice, there's a little bit of a lumbar curve here. It goes down and then it goes out. I don't know if that was intentional, but because of where the backpack or the waist strap goes, it creates a little bit of a lumbar bulge, and then there's a little bit of curve here, which fits your bag really, really nice. There are also little details like drain holes for your water bladder compartment just in case it gets wet. You have a chest strap with an emergency whistle on it. And on the sides you have Hypalon Molly, which is, I think it's nylon, coated on each side with rubber. And on this side I just attached Buck and Bear Piranha, which is a fixed blade. On the other side, I attached their Hydro water bottle holder, so I can just put a water ball on the side, which is also really nice. These Hypalon Molly attachment places are great because then again it allows you to customize your bag and add things that you want to add to it. Gang, this is a great bag. I love this bag. So typically speaking, my everyday carry is my Addicts 25, which is from Vanquest, which has its specific tech compartment. But I've been using this more recently, and there's a couple reasons why. And you know, you just have to decide which is best for you. The Addicts and the Falconer are very different backpacks, and they're kind of have different functionalities. Compared to the Addicts, I'll tell you the pluses in each backpack, and you can decide which one you want to get. The pluses for me in the Falconer are these compression straps, which, one, they just kind of make the profile of the bag different when you hook these down. So instead of it always being like a giant rectangle, it actually kind of, you can compress it down to more of a, just the visual look of it looks a little bit more like a backpack. That's just for me personally though, it's just a matter of taste. You're probably different. Additionally speaking, that I love this full clamshell design where I can get to the bottom of everything very easily. That is the big win for me. I can get to my power station without having to take everything out. For me, that is a huge, huge plus. I also love this padding. This is some of my favorite padding for back padding. If you carry a lot of weight like that power station, this actually makes a big difference. For the Addicts 25 as comparison, if you want to see the full review, check that out. It's in my other videos. The thing I think that the Addicts is good for, it's good for everyday office use because there's a full tech compartment which is segmented out and padded and made for all your electronic devices. It's made specifically for that. That's a really great feature. Also with the Addicts, it's a newer model, and so everything on the inside of the Addicts is high-vis orange. Falconer, I think, came in the time, I'm just going to take a wild guess, when Vanquest was trying to figure out whether they liked the high-vis or not, so only did a few pockets high-vis, and the rest was more, I think they said titanium colored. Nowadays, most everything of theirs is high-vis, and so they've kind of gone that way. I love that a lot better. I think that any comment about this bag would be, if it were made today, any comments that I'm saying would probably have been changed just naturally if it had been made today. So for instance, I would have loved everything to be high-vis in this. And the pockets, I prefer zippers as opposed to Velcro. I bet you if Vanquest had made this bag today that the zippers would be there instead of the Velcro, and they all would have been tough mesh instead of the other kind of mesh that's in this. But does that mean that this is bad? Not at all. I mean, it's simply a matter of taste. I would have preferred the newer, updated stuff, but that simply has to do with that stuff is, you know, brand new. Gang, I love this bag. I love it. The organization, the fact that I can get to everything on the bottom, the great back pads. It is amazing. If you're on the fence about getting a Falconer, I really recommend you go out and get one. If you're trying to figure out between the Addicts and the Falconer, watch both videos that I have and decide which one actually fits what you want better, because they are very different bags, can be used for different reasons, and it really depends on you and what you personally are looking for. Each is amazing, really, really good. Yeah, I love this bag. I highly recommend it, guys. Vanquest, thank you so much. You did it again. This is amazing. For you guys at home, post your questions below. And for this video, that's a wrap.